All right, here we go again. B&J's Custom in Dallas, Texas. You know how we do. We moving from one car to the next. This is the next day after I started the 89 Caprice with the cam in it. This right here is the 72 Monte Carlo. And I just wanted to give y'all a update on it. This right here is, I started running the wires. These are your three 12-volt battery wires right here. These are the three that comes off the new harness. I just tied them up over here on the battery so I could stretch them out. I'm gonna go to the parts store in a minute and get the connector to go ahead and put them on to the battery. I got them running right here in front of the car, and over here, and here they are right here, the 12-volt battery. And then I have the fuel pump relay. I got a bunch of wire right here, and then as you can see, I got it ran right here and going into the car. Like I said on the other video, I don't like to run them on the outside. I just run them in the inside up under the carpet. And right here I have the 12-volt on the key. I got it running in there with the blue wire. I'm gonna get inside and connect those up in a minute, but we got the coils on. There's the headers. The harness is completely hooked up. We already got a belt on it. All of the coolant hoses got clamps on them. They ready to go. Of course, this one has to come back off because we have to fill this top radiator hose again. It's a 3rd gen motor. Got the header on this side. He just installed the sleeves for the coils so the headers don't burn them. I think these are rated up to 1200 degrees. Got the ones over here on this side. But right now this is just the start of it. This car here is gonna be a little different from the car I did the other day. This is a little bit more simplified. But like I said, I don't have to make any battery cables. I got both. Yeah, I got the ground cable down here. I already tightened it up. Right here I have the remote. The remote, when you hit the starter over, that's it right there. That goes on the little side of the starter, and this one right here goes on the big side of the starter. That's what powers the car up on the fuse box. I just have to tie them into. I have to put those on the starter, and I have to tie these into the battery post right here, and then they'll all run together. But for right now, that's pretty much it. With this car here, we got to put the fuel tank on. We have to get the fuel tank on and get the fuel lines all ran and get the transmission lines ran. And when I start doing that, I'll give y'all an update on it. All right, I'm out. All right, what's going on? This is B&J's Custom again out here in Dallas, Texas. This car here, of course, you can't see it because I'm actually under the car right now. But this is the 72 Monte Carlo. And I shot another clip where I showed you wiring up the top half of it, which I'll probably be doing another one. But this video here, I decided I would start it up under the car. And here we go. I'm going to start by showing you my grounds. I got it grounded right here into the frame. And these little ground straps right here, you can buy these from AutoZone for about $3.99. I think O'Reilly's got them for like $5.99. But here it is grounded here from the frame to the body of the car. From the body of the car up here, I don't know if you can see it, but up here to the cylinder head. It's on the back of the cylinder head right here. Let me get a better shot of that. There it is right there. And the grounds are very important to have the car grounded like it's supposed to. And of course, I have right here that's just hanging. That is my ground from my battery. So I'm gonna have to get that grounded into the frame. but make sure you have good grounds. Make sure they're all clean. This one here is not clean, but it's just ran in through there, so it's not going to be a big deal with that. But if you don't have good grounds on these harnesses, you'll have nothing but trouble with running, a whole lot of electrical issues you will have. But here's the bottom of my headers. Here's my transmission lines. I had all my lines made at the same time. We used the place in Carrollton. I forget the name right now, but it probably will come to me. But this is basically all the wiring I got zip tied up. Got other wiring zip tied up to the transmission lines and got those running up there. Those are my starter wires right there, the red ones. Just thought I'd give y'all a different shot of the video of me under the car. Let me move over to the other side. Here on the other side, here's the transmission linkage right here. I hadn't hooked it up yet because we're going with a floor shifter and a floor ratchet shifter in this one. I think it's from BM, but these are those neutral safety switches, and you really don't need those, or the neutral wires, whatever they are. And you don't need these. And then that's the O2 sensor plug. I got all those zip tied up out of the way. There's your O2 sensor, and again, like I said, there's the plug. And I'm just securing all the wiring away from the headers. That way we won't get no wiring burned or anything. This is the old shifter that came on the car right here, and this one here I'm gonna be taking it off, and we're gonna be cutting a small hole in the floor, and we're gonna be running the ratchet shifter to this shifter right here. But again, this is under the car. Just giving y'all a shot of that, and I'm gonna get off from under here. All right, here we go. Shot to another clip of me back outside the car. Again, let me move this right here. Right here, this cable here is gonna go on the battery. This cable is running across here for right now. Like I said, it's just rough draft, but I got it wired into my 12 volts plugs right here. 12 volt battery plugs. I also have my 12 volt on the key. I have it ran inside the car right there. I have my fuel pump wire ran inside the car. It's actually ran inside the car. It's hidden inside the car, and it actually comes out right there in the trunk. Comes out in the trunk. Zip tied all the way up through here. Of course, that's just temporary. We're gonna have to zip tie that better than that. And I got it running here through a little hole in the trunk. And here it is down here. And then what we'll do is we'll just ground the fuel pump to itself. And I'm guessing this is the sender. This sends the fuel level back to the gauge. But that's that. Like I said, that will be zip tied up better and a little tighter. And but on here we still have the rest of these wires. Got to get those figured out and where they go. Get the OBD tool put in there. I mean the OBD. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what this little box is right here. Lawrence, you want to come explain this box?
This right here, this is the tach module right here, and what this is used for, this is actually for a drive-by-wire vehicle. So basically that means this engine here doesn't have accelerator cable on here, excuse me. So this box here, this is what this is for. So we actually going to be mounting this on the back of the firewall, or if I don't mount it there, either going to mount it over here, probably in the fender here. So that's where I'm looking at to doing that. Then going to run the rest of the wires. You know, the plug here is going to run inside the vehicle. then it's going to run out, and then it's going to plug up to the accelerator in the car.
Oh, okay. So basically, it's just this goes to the throttle position sensor.
Yes.
On the gas pedal. Okay,
absolutely.
I got you. Tell me something, because I didn't know.
So yeah, that's what that is there. So,
but again, I'm gonna have to take this off right here. This is the old voltage, so I'm gonna have to take that off. I actually had the wire for the voltage over here somewhere. Here it is. This wire right here. This went to the old alternator. That, if you know, all you old GM guys, if you already know, this plugs into the alternator on the old cars. But we already have a plug that comes off the harness, but this is the wire right here that's actually going to go on here and read the voltage back to the gauge. Okay, we're going to be taking this all pressure sensor right here. Like I said again, you old GM guys, you already know what this is. This is the wire that feeds up to the all pressure gauge. It's the old school. It shoots the oil up there to the gauge and reads the pressure. We should have the temperature sensor should be down here, which is this one here, and we're gonna run that into the side of the block over on the other side over there, and we're gonna plug that in and read the gauge. We have the fans are just hanging out down there. We already have a radiator in here that came from the old car. It was already an aluminum radiator in here, so we decided we keep that one. We got these fans right here. I forget what vehicle these come off of.
Those actually came from a 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. So it's actually the supercharged version of that car. So actually, to make this work here, we're actually going to be doing a little bit of trimming on the sides here, you know, just so it fits a little bit flush. And then we're going to use the actual mounts, you know, radiator mounts that they use for like coolers and, you know, aftermarket fans. So that way it just fit up close to it. It looks real clean. And we're just going to wire them up down here as he's showing you in the video.
Okay, and again, I have to wire these up. The wires to those are right here. You got your fan. You can't see because of the light, but you got your fan 1 and your fan 2, and then this car is not going to have AC, so you got AC on 12 volt. That'll just be zip tied up. We got the belt already on there. Of course, again, you already know ICT brackets, or ICT bracket on this side over here. That's pretty much all we use. This air intake pipe right here, it's a little too long. So we're gonna be cutting this, because actually the battery is gonna sit right here, and that's gonna be blocking the airflow with the battery, I feel like.
And not only that, then we have the coolant tank that's gonna be over there too. So definitely want to cut that back some. And then instead of running from that side, probably may be better to run
that coolant tank right there?
As far as I know, yes.
You gonna put that in here? Why?
That's what the customers, well, unless the customer gets another one, so I've told them about it. So.
I mean, at least I'd paint that or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean it up.
That feels, that,
I mean, you talking something that's 45 years old.
This water tank right here, 40-something years old. I think I'd have to paint that before I put that back in there.
45 years old, probably painted black.
But like I said, again, no AC, so this AC is cut off right here. But here it is. It's a 5.3. Got the heater hoses hooked up down here. The mass airflow sensors already hooked up. Like I already showed you on the bottom, I got the grounds hooked up. I have to find this ground down here and get it hooked up. Actually, I made a mistake. This wire right here is actually the power cable. Now, I told you it was the ground, but this is actually the power cable. So I'm actually gonna have to get back down there and put this wire here onto the starter. I made a mistake on that one, because the ground cable is actually grounded right down there to the frame. And let's see if I can follow it on up. Here it is right here. So yeah, I made a mistake earlier. So the ground is already grounded to the frame. I think it's loose, so I'm gonna have to tighten it up. But it is here. I already had a ground. That's to the frame right there. Now, this wire right here, I'm gonna actually have to put this back on the starter. So these two will be together as a power, And I'm gonna have to put this wire right here on the starter. So that's a mistake I made. But I'll take care of that as soon as I get back under there. Go ahead and feed that down there. So yeah, I'll put that on the starter. I thought that was a ground wire, but I'll go ahead and put that on the starter, because this is your power cable. And then this will be butted up to this. I actually have the battery charging it right now, so when we get ready to start it, it'll have some good turns on it, so we can go ahead and get this fired up. But probably tomorrow we'll have this running and started up, but we actually are gonna have to mount this fuel tank that we got right here. And this fuel tank right here comes off of a 96 Caprice. Got a Walbro.
Yeah, Walbro 255 fuel pump in this one here, so that way be more than enough pressure for an LS motor. So when we got this tank here, it actually had a very bad cinder in it, so put a brand new cinder in it, and then like I said, changed out the pump that came with this here to the Walbro. So yeah, so we should be pretty much plug and play once we get this up, up to the vehicle. So
we're gonna have to do a little customizing on the tank to get it to fit up there like we want it to fit. But that's pretty much it. That's all we got right now. I think we use like some 1-inch tubing to go on top of here, which I'm probably gonna be taking to work with me and cutting in half. That way we can fit it up on there. But it's like some
reason.
But yeah, like I said, we do a little customization to it. We'll go ahead and put some 1-inch tubing on it, and here it is right here. I think he picked this up from Home Depot. Let me see if I can get a shot at this label, but it's
back it down. Look like we got light working against us here.
Yeah, it's a little bit too bright, but there it is right here. It's some ever built. Got this from Home Depot. We're just gonna take that and we're gonna lay that on top of here. The straps to compensate for this hump. Let me show you the hump that's in the fuel tank, and we're gonna get that sitting up there, and then we're gonna take this and we're gonna wire this in right here. One's gonna be a ground, the other, which is probably gonna be the black one, and the other is gonna be the sending, and then you're gonna have the power, the blue wire that I have down back, and then the tan wire. So we're going to go ahead and wire those in probably tomorrow, put some fuel in this tank, and we're going to go ahead and crank this car over once I get battery here. So that's pretty much it. We just giving y'all an update. Hopefully the next video, either I'll be showing you the tank up and all the wiring done, or I'll be showing you the first startup. I'm out. All right, I'm just kind of shooting a quick little update. Get that out of the way. I put that wire on down there and put it on the starter. Like I said, I got it all grounded. Got that wire on there that went to the starter. I actually put the ground to the body that was right here on the side back to the frame. I put a butt connect on it and the heat shrinked it up. I just threw a battery in here just to see what it would do. I just barely got the cables on there. They not on there tight. I just stuck them on there to see what would happen. And it's always good to just test the work. So I'm gonna come around here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the door, and as you can see, there it is. The light's on. The car's powered up. So that means all the electrical is right and working. Again, there it is, powered up. Let's see. There's the lights on. Here they go. Of course, this car here got HIDs on it. But I just wanted to show you the electrical on it is right. Light still on the inside. Got brake lights. Got license plate lights. Actually got a bulb out in the top of this brake over here. Have to get that changed out. But that means all the electric right. And even when I reach in here and hit the starter, it shuts off. But it cranked over a minute ago. Battery don't have enough juice on it. This battery here, I just got it out of the garage and stuck it on there, but I just wanted to show you that part of it. And I'm probably gonna call this a night. So like I said, for any questions, dieselmechanic8@gmail.com. Any questions about anything that I have going on, I will share with you. I'm not ashamed. dieselmechanic8@gmail.com. Any work, same thing. If you haven't already, I think we're about 123 subscribers right about now. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, subscribe. All right, I think that's gonna be it. The next video will be and put the fuel tank up. I'll bring that hot battery from work, and we probably gonna fire this thing off tomorrow. All right, I'll update you then. All right, just giving y'all a little update. B&J's Custom. This right here is the 72 Monte Carlo. I'm just showing y'all the fuel tank. Got it up. Here, right here is where the wiring is on here. This is the sending unit wire right here, this tan one that's hooked to the purple one, and then you have the blue wire, which is the blue wire that's ran through the car. That's the power. And then right up there I have it grounded to the frame. Of course, the filler neck that comes with this tank, you have to alter it and put the filler neck that came off the actual car, the old filler neck, you have to put it on the new tank. It fits better. Up there is your Corvette fuel filter regulator. You got your return and your pressure line. And then over here you have your supply line going to the front of the vehicle. Then you got your two supply and return line coming into the tank right here. But this is the tank. Got that up. Had to do a little fabrication to the gas pedal. I'm gonna show you that. All right. Well, where is it? All right, this right here is the gas pedal. Had to do a little fabrication to it and do a little cutting on it. We took the original pedal that came on that you would buy. The arm on it was a little too bulky to go in the car, so what ended up happening was we ended up cutting it down and drilling it out and put the old and welded right here the old pedal that came off the car, welded the old pedal into the arm, so it would actually work. There it is, just like it was supposed to, with the old pedal. Let me start that over. Okay, let me show y'all the pedal. This is the pedal right here. This pedal actually came off a, what do you think about a 2000 what?
That came off of a 2003 Silverado. And that's actually the first year they actually started doing drive-by-wire, or a lot of people call it fly-by-wire. And what we did, what happens is with these pedals, the factory ones, they actually way too big to go into a car. Of course they fit in the truck just fine. Cars, you have to fabricate them. So what we did, we mixed a little bit of old with a little bit of new school. So This pedal right here is actually came out of the car. So what we did, we cut a 3/8 hole, drilled a 3/8 hole in here, and B, what he did, he tack welded it, and then after we got it out the car, he kind of finished up the welds around here. So, and it works just like, like it came with the car. And you see, it worked just like it came out the car. Came with the vehicle.
All right, so we're gonna got the tank up. We got the fuel fuel pedal fabbed up. All the wiring that needs to be done just to get the first start up on there. We got all that going. We actually on this air intake right here. He thought it was too long, so we ended up. Let me come over here. We ended up cutting it. He ended up cutting it down and moving it over a little bit. I think he took about 2 inches off or so.
Actually, about 5 inches off of it.
About 5 inches off of it and moved it over there. I think it looks a lot better. That allows the coolant jug, the overflow jug, to go back where it was at.
Which will go right back here in its factory configuration right here.
So right now we getting about ready to fire it up, which it probably will be tomorrow when we fire it up. I got the battery back in there. We got the fuel tank up. We got to put some gas in the fuel tank, make sure all that's working right, make sure the pump is pumping, and we're gonna probably do the first start up tomorrow. But that's it for right now.
Yeah, it did a light rebuild to the engine here, so like I said, had some gouges in the camshaft, so by the time you just change the lifters out, it was just better just to go ahead and do a light rebuild on it. But yeah, I gotta still mount the fans up, run the wiring for those, so that'll work through the computer. But I'm gonna go ahead and start it up for the first time. So see what it sounds like here. I mean, I don't have anyone to hold the camera for me, but I'm gonna try to do the best way I can here. Hope my phone doesn't fall in the motor here, because that would suck. But let me see what we got here. Let me go ahead and start this bad boy up here. Sounds pretty damn good.
All right.